Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, Bella, aka Darkdaries, and I'm back with a new video. If you are new, hey, I'm Bella. I play The Sims, Second Life, also INVU. I'm also a writer. I have 2 books I'm working on right now. I Pick My Poison Is You, and also Maybe's Love She Wrote. One's available on Patreon, and the other one is available on Wattpad. Episodes 11 and 12 is released for I Pick My Poison Is You on Wattpad. Make sure to check that out, link in the description. But in today's video, we're going to be going around in my Sims town. It's been a minute since I've actually played Sims Freeplay. I've been playing it recently or whatever. I had a story going on in Sims Freeplay. This is the Anderson household. We have Crystal and Dylan. Their child just aged up. Not in this particular recording, but she's a child. She's a child now, or a preteen. So yeah, we have baby Joel right here. It's just kind of weird talking about my Sims because I don't think you guys know about them. I don't think you guys know about them at all. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about them because this was supposed to be, I don't know what this video was supposed to be like. It was like, I hadn't been to Sims Freeplay, we're gonna play. But then I picked up my old story that I had going on with another household and included it in this one. So this is the Anderson household, Crystal and Dylan. So Dylan and her name's not Chris. Crystal she's a nurse and he is a doctor. They basically run the hospital in the upper side of town. They live way out here in, like, I would say basically like the country or whatever, but at the same time they really like it out here. They have like the horses and stuff, because at first they were living in like the regular town, but then they moved out here. They really love it here. They can raise their kids here. It's more of a down-to-earth type lifestyle and they love it. I want them to get a new house soon, so I'm probably going to build them a new house. So yeah. Also, I'm getting new to the controls because I actually moved my Sims game from being on my phone to my PC. So like the camera movements are really weird because I'm trying to figure it out. And I got really better at it. That's what really kind of had me a little shy about recording Sims Freeplay on my computer because the controls are so different from my phone. But how they met was that they had mutual friends when they were growing up in high school, and they basically were always kind of just stuck with each other one way or another, and eventually they kind of just took interest in one another and they went on a couple dates. It didn't start off like a cute little I pick on you about this, I pick on you about that, but it's all with love and everything. That's kind of how they started. But this is kind of their morning routine, if I would say that. Dylan usually goes off to work. She usually just kind of gets the kids together. They already had breakfast. Crystal comes down and she vacuums after she puts the baby in the bouncer. And she basically kind of just does her thing. Sometimes she might call a babysitter, or she might just call her friend's son to come babysit or whatever. It depends on what type of shifts she's basically has for the week or for that day, because sometimes she works multiple shifts because this house is nice or whatever, but it is very expensive. This is actually, I think I have this build on the channel, if I'm not mistaken. I might actually have it on the channel, so I might link it down below, this build that I did. The thing is, I wanted the front room to be like a play area, and they really don't use TV like that because either they're spending time with the kids or they are at work. It's not like an in-between, they're watching TV or anything. They usually take the children to the stable on the weekends so that they can get familiar with the horses and stuff. And she did just have Joel not too long ago, so she's kind of been on not medical leave, but maternity leave. So yeah, Christina has been a toddler for a minute now. She's been a toddler for like a year in real life, and I'm just like, I'm really ready for her to grow up, but at the same time I'm really not, because that means like if Christina's getting older, that means that Crystal and Dylan are getting older, and soon they're probably gonna be elders. I'm just not ready for it. Like, I can never actually let my Sims become elders. It's just something that I basically cannot do, because I'm just like, they're my babies. They've been my OGs for a long time. Crystal and Dylan been with me for a long time. I'm talking ever since I started this game save. They weren't, of course, Dylan and Crystal, because they probably had a different name at the time, but they are the Sims that's been there the longest. They've been here for at least like 4 years. Good. When did I start this save? It's like, okay, so we're gonna be going to the new year. Also, by the way, happy Christmas Eve. It'll be 4 years since I had to save, so it's they hold a really dear place in my heart, if I say so myself. I'm really happy where they're going in their life, because I remember when they had like this little small apartment and they were trying to scrape together money, trying to make ends meet. Now they have this amazing house, this amazing family, and life is great. Other than that, this is kind of, I wouldn't say the perfect household, because they have their ups and downs, but this is kind of just a simple morning routine. The drama comes later. So after she gives Christine a bath, Joel's still playing on his toy. She comes down here and she gets her mind stimulated with some blocks and everything. Crystal, I get them mixed up all the time. So Crystal will take a bath, maybe a shower if she's feeling like it, but today she was feeling a bath, kind of just loosen up the muscles and everything. If you guys actually do like the gameplay of Sims Freeplay, let me know and I will do another video. But we will be seeing Dylan at work today. We'll kind of get a feel of his work life. If you wanted to see Crystal's early, when she was just interning at the hospital before she became an actual nurse or whatever, you actually can go back and see her in her earlier stages when she wasn't a head nurse. She was just a regular intern trying to get her foot in the door. That video is probably like a year old, but she has moved the ranks since then. She's been working a lot of tired nights, and that, because thing is, when her and Dylan started to kind of run the hospital together, they were together, but at the same time they really weren't together. They were kind of like off and on, but when they started to really make an impact on the hospital, he became higher up, she became higher up. They kind of had a relationship, at the same time they didn't, and then they ended up having their daughter Christine, and that's what kind of really brought them together. If you really want to be honest, that child really brought them together, and after that it was just kind of just a bliss ever since then. After 3 years of them basically working hard, she got pregnant with Christine. She kind of took off a little bit of time, but then she got right back into it. She didn't take as much time as she did with Joel. She took a shorter time. She took maybe about after the mandatory 6 weeks, and then she got back to work. She has been taking off a little bit more time with baby Joel because she has a higher position now, and she's comfortable in her I would say in her as I don't even know how to put it. Basically, she's really comfortable with her current stance. What's the word I'm looking for? basically her current position, she's really comfortable with it, that she can take time off and it will make her look weak or anything like that, because she has struggled with that as a long time, because she was dating somebody that actually oversees the hospital completely, and he makes a lot of the final decisions. I don't think Crystal didn't want people to think that she was getting a hand up, because that was her at the time, just her boyfriend, and then later on became her fiance, and then later after that became her husband. So she really didn't want them to see that she was getting a handout, so that's why she didn't take as much time when she had her first child. But as time went on, she kind of got more comfortable with being his girlfriend at work, or his fiance at work, and also his wife at work. They work very well with each other, and everyone respects her and respects him as a couple and as separate human beings. So it's a really great thing that they can actually work together, and it won't come in between their home life. Dylan, on the other hand, he just loves working with Crystal all the time. It's just another way that they can bond. Honestly, them helping people, that's always been their passion and everything. So this is just something that they're really good at. And he kind of does miss her when he works alone, but he most likely will see her during the graveyard shift. He's working a double today, so he won't be able to see the kids. But him and Crystal do have off tomorrow, so they'll have somebody else running the hospital for them, because usually if one of them do a double, they'll try to get off the next day so they can spend time with sleeping, have time with the kids, and the other might do a double shift. But tomorrow, their anniversary is coming up, so he wants to get off so he can actually plan something for them. I'll have a separate video for that, for anniversary. They're probably going to go out of town or something. But enough about them. Let's get into the actual juicy bit. So we all know about the Mistress. Mistress is April here. April was actually in an affair, is actually currently still in an affair with Raphael. And Jane is Raphael's wife. They are based off Jane the Virgin. Yeah, I know. Cliche at me, huh? But yeah, she ended up having a baby. I don't know if I actually edited that part, but there is where they were sleeping together and then things happen. I don't know if you guys knew that she was pregnant, but she is pregnant, and the Mistress had her baby. The baby about 3 months now. Yes, if the question probably at hand, does Raphael know about the baby? Yes, he does. He comes over, he hangs out with her and him. He does still try to be kind of romantic with her at times, from time to time, but at the same time, not really, because they don't really know where they stand with each other at the moment. They haven't really known where they stand with each other for like 3 months now. It's kind of been like an uneasy thing. She gets the baby ready. Like you see, she feeds him, changes him, puts on him some clothes. Then she kind of calls him up, Raphael, or he kind of just pops up at the house, and she kind of just goes and does laundry, maybe do some errands, maybe goes out on the town, maybe go have brunch with the girls or something while he has spent time with baby Austin, and then she comes back and then he leaves. It's not like anything too crazy happening. It's just like their routine at this point. It's not like she can really do much about it, because she doesn't want to be the typical cliche go to the wife and tell her, hey, I had an affair with your husband and now I have a child with him. That she doesn't want to be that cliche person, but at the same time, she really doesn't know what to do, because he thinks he can just come in and just rule her life. But she also doesn't want to be spiteful, because she doesn't want her son to see her be that negative person. And we're just going to excuse them kissing, coming in, through the door. Like I said, time to time he does show her a little romantic affection, but I feel like she should move on. But at the same time, she just kind of can't let him go, if that makes sense. But do you guys want to see her with somebody else in the town, or do you guys think that she should go and talk to Jane? Because Jane is having a whole situation let's just say family life at his house right now is not it's complicated. I'm gonna say it wasn't the best, it's also not the worst, because a lot of things have happened in the last 3 months. Not only has they found out that Raphael's found out that April's pregnant and also had this baby, but there's also been a lot of things going on at home and everything of the such. He's supporting 2 households and both women are not working, so it's kind of really stressing him out a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie, it's stressing Raphael a little bit. Jane's a writer, of course. Her books are making money, but at the same time, he doesn't want his child to be taken away from him, because he's married to Jane and he loves Jane, but at the same time, he doesn't really know what he wants when it comes to April. Him and April started off as like a little fling, and then it grew into something more. But at the same time, he wants to be in both of his kids' lives, and also his unborn one as well. He's also having another baby that's on the way. Dun 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 dun. Yes. If you guys did not guess it I probably will put it in the thumbnail. Jane's pregnant again. So, like for him, he's not catching any breaks. He has not 1, not 2, but 3 kids. 2 that one that's a 5-year-old, and also 1 that is 3 months, and also 1 that's on the way. So life is something. Life is not simple for Raphael, but I feel like he deserves this because he actually thought he could have his cake and eat it too, and now it's time to pay the piper. Rob Peter to pay Paul. Now he looking mad dumb. But as I was saying, when they do hang out, she doesn't want to be around too much because she doesn't really stand. She does some laundry, she does some little errands. I was trying to figure out what she was gonna do because I need to get her more stuff so she can do during the house. Like, maybe I should have got her to, no, but she did clean the pool though, because we had not used that filthy pool in a minute. I was surprised that none of my Sims lots were snowing, because usually around this time of year, even though that the game you can actually control the weather, sometimes automatically by the game by itself, EA kind of just says, ooh, it's snow on this lot, and then it snows. So yeah, that's kind of what I was hoping for. Like I was saying, we are at Raphael's wife's house. They are the Browns family in the save. So as you can see, Jane is in her first trimester. I was actually looking for the vacuum because she usually vacuums. So they have a little routine going on. I think she got the toddler's name. I don't think I looked, but his name's probably Mateo, I guessing his name is something with an M. He was having a little tummy time with Jane, and they were talking to the belly and everything. She kind of got him some lunch going because she was kind of getting a little tired. She basically, it's the afternoon, so it's kind of winding down. She gives Mateo his food. They have a little tummy time, as I like to call it. She either vacuums the house while he eats, or she does laundry. But since the morning sickness has been kicking her butt lately, she kind of really hasn't been doing a lot of moving. She did call the babysitter over while she took a nap today, because she was just like, I just need like a little bit of a break. If I say so myself, it's just like a lot with the morning sickness. She hasn't had a morning sickness in like 5 years, and let's be honest, she does not miss it. She also turned on the little fire. Don't worry, she made sure to keep an eye on Mateo so he wouldn't go in and put his hand in the fire. Also, her and Crystal are best friends, so maybe her and Crystal have like a little girls night in or something like that, since she's pregnant. As I say, we call the babysitter, but also Jane's not stupid. She knows something's going on with Raphael. He's taking these lunches all the time. and he's also going to all these business meetings, and she really doesn't appreciate the sneaky behavior, the suspicious, the sus behavior that's coming from him. So she will probably confront him sooner than later, and she might see her best friend and give her a little pep talk and be like, sis, if you feel like something's fishy, you better go solve out what's fishy in the pot. Or that didn't make any sense, but see what's fishy going around. But basically, something ain't right, and she knows something ain't right. So yeah, she's taking this nap. But next part, if you guys want a next part, there will be a lot of things coming to the light, and I hope you guys enjoyed today's part. It was real fun, kind of just giving you guys an insight on everybody's aspect of this town. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Wattpad, check out my Tumblr, check out all my social medias and my TikTok. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace, everybody, and happy Christmas.